Hi, this is Happy Jiang. I was gonna change this thing, but somehow it got started, so I'll just start. I'll just do it. Um, it's 11:44 p.m. South Korean time, and I was gonna go to bed, and but I thought maybe I'll share a little information that I gathered today, so I can give more information every day, because some of the information might be very useful for you. So, okay, so South Korea. This is interesting. Yeah, anyway. Um so when I first watched the real local Wuhan citizens video, like sometimes I saw this emergency nurse video or some voice memo that I was listening, and they were really like giving urgent advice to the people. Hi. Urgent advice to the people, like saying don't go or just stay home, that kind of advice. But our life, we cannot just live in the house all the time forever, right? So that's why people are doing their daily life activities, but still have a caution, like they don't gather in a like so many people or indoor, that kind of thing. So so I will share some cases that came out, like how people get infected thing. So as you might know already, like going to indoor with a crowd, that kind of thing, it's really easy to get infected. So even in Korea, there was one vice pastor from from church. He and neighbor, they were in an elevator for 1 minute and they didn't have a mask. So the woman was getting infected from being with him in an elevator. So like a confined place, is like really easy, you can get infected. and and let's see, and in Korea, maybe in USA you can see now, like nursery homes or hospitals and clinics. It's like a lot of like clinics and hospitals, they have a mass infection going on. In Korea also, a lot of infection is going on in hospitals, so it's so easy to spread out in hospital. So really, hospital is really dangerous. Like, so you have to be careful or be cautious about that kind of situation. And also in Japan, I was watching news now. The Japan, um, they, in the beginning, they had a like a small cruise ship, not the big one, but in Japan, they had some like annual, like some like a party, like gathering event in the cruise, and then from there, like people spread out from the cruise thing. So that was their major kind of thing. And then the buffet restaurant, it's easy to get infected from buffet restaurant style. And health club. And in Korea right now, there's like a Zumba class instructor, like through Zumba class, like one Zumba class instructor in one city, she like spread out this infection to her class students. So 40 people got infected, and through also their friends and friends and family and the people, they got infected through that also connection. And then like we didn't know like how it started, and then we found out like she had a workshop with many people from all over the city. They gathered, in Zumba they have a lot of workshops going on. So they had recently the workshop, so there were people from Daegu and different cities from all over Korea. So Daegu is the major city that has like thousands of infected people right now. So there's a high chance that maybe people from Daegu might be infected already. Hi. Hi, Sujan. Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. My pleasure. So, so, so they are now, the government, they gave the order to check all the Zumba instructor from Daegu and then other places to check if they are infected. So they are now checking out how it started, but there's a high probability it could be coming from originally from Daegu, because there are so many people in Daegu are infected in Korea. So that's that. And the interesting I found, like right now, like we in Daegu City, they ran out of the hospital bed now, so they are now changing the rule how to discharge the people, or the self quarantine people. Like we usually have a 14-day self quarantine or quarantine time, and the government they changed the rule for just after 14 days, that if they don't have any symptom, then they can stop the self quarantine. But in Daegu, the Daegu mayor, he said he was not agreeing with the government policy, because maybe he's afraid that even if they are the 14 days pass, but still people might have a virus. So he wanted to still continue with checking the virus, the test. So he wanted to continue testing if they have a like a negative the PCR test result or not, and then after that they can be free. But so that kind of thing happens right now. But the reason that the Daegu mayor is insisting to still test is because 25% of the 20, like you maybe if you follow Korean news, South Korea, we had this major one like a church group that is kind of cult like church group. There are so many thousands of people are infected from through there, because the way they worship is like people sit really close to each other, and then the way they share, like the way they meet people and spread out their religious thing is very secretive and really close kind of contact style. So from that religion, like so many people got infected, like mainly. Yes, hi. So many people now in right now in South Korea, many offices, they like recommended to have a home, like a self home computer style work now. So some people don't go to work these days, and so many schools are closed now. That kind of thing going on. Yeah, right, right. Many online study, they are trying to encourage the online study too. And also still university is not open yet. Also, we were supposed to open university new semester this Monday, but right now it's Friday, still they didn't open. But like we have a lot of Chinese university students like studying in Korea, so they encourage Chinese university students who are taking class in Korea to do the online course. Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, I missed something. Just a second. So I'm gonna finish what I was gonna say. So this is interesting. Like I watch Peak Prosperity YouTube channel. He's giving amazing scientific information and also all the up to date information from all over the world, and all over the world. And so he was wondering, and some people also like asked me why Korea like a case, why there's so low um, death rates like compared to the confirmed case rate. It's because we have a really interesting situation going on in Korea. In a way, it can be really interesting for case study maybe for the world, I think, because in Korea, maybe usually other country, they even like they don't do the even test, right? Like they don't do a lot of tests in other country, but we have a lot of tests going on now, right? But the test is usually maybe in USA or Italy, they check when people get sick or they go like really serious situation, then they go to hospital and check, and then they find out that they have a virus, right? But right now in South Korea, like until recently, until a few days ago, like South Korean government was kind of focusing on checking all these cult like church members. Fangbin, yeah, I don't have any like Fangbin. We don't know. Like there's no news about Fangbin. Anyway, I'm gonna keep continuing. So in Korea, like we are like the Korean, South Korean president. This is my opinion and many other people's suspicion. Like he wants to frame this cult like church to spread out all this virus to all over Korea, but there's a lot of other areas that still started to have a community infection going on. But he is focusing on checking all these cult like church members, even if even though they don't have any symptoms or anything, like that's their goal. That's why they had so many like 10,000 per day like virus test was going on in Korea. So so interesting thing is like the we had a recently the statistics came out from the Korea infection thing or the Daegu city infection style. So interesting thing was like 30% of the confirmed case are from the woman in their 20s. So you can see like usually you see the news from other country, usually the older elderly people with a pre-existing condition, they die and suddenly have a severe condition and that kind of situation. So when you see the statistics with the other countries, there's a like confirmed case number with a certain like a ratio of the severe case or death rate, but somehow Korea has a really low death rate compared to other country. It's because of like how we are testing this regular young healthy, like looking like even though they are confirmed, still they are still young and maybe they don't have a serious condition kind of situation. That's why we have a lower death rate going on right now. Even the beginning, the 7 people who died from one hospital, they also, it was kind of a disaster from the hospital kind of side. It was a like locked up psychiatry hospital. And how I, yes, but this is an interesting point. I wanted to share this too. I know Korea is great at testing and proactive and all this, but if you know, I'm Korean, I'm South Korean, but I've been watching the Wuhan and China situation since January 23rd. I never thought Korea will have this situation also, but we are like experiencing same thing, but in a high tech style in a way. But anyway, so what I was gonna say. So this two thing is interesting about Korea. I know Korea. I appreciate like the fact that Korean government are testing thousands and thousands and 10,000 case like thing a day. That's great thing. And also we try to do trace contact as much as we can. And also we send text message or like we try to share everything. That is great part of how we are doing well, and we even have a drive-through like testing place, but it's not all over. But the bad thing about Korea is we still have all kinds of Chinese and China like flights are coming into Korea. So we are not stopping the source of the virus, like the source. We have to stop that, and then we have to try our best to stop from Korea community spreading, right? So he still didn't stop like all these flights from China. This like one thing like to give you one information is for example, like already in Wuhan, China, they already locked down the city and they already didn't have a flight going out from Wuhan, but Korean government didn't stop anything. But after like observing other countries stop flights from China, negligibly or neglectfully, South Korean government they stop only flights from Wuhan. So that's the situation in Korea. So we have thousands of Chinese are coming into Korea right now still, and now the interesting thing is, like, yeah, still flights from China is coming to Korea. So that you don't hear from the mainstream media from USA or other things, other like medias. They say they really envy how good Koreans are doing or Korean government are is like so transparent or doing well or something, but it's not like a deep inside. That's not, yeah. So if you don't hear from the local people, you won't know about this fact, right? But anyway, so about the drive-through test place and stuff, even because the South Korean government wanted to focusing on like cracking down this cult like church people, like the people who had a serious condition, they wanted to check, they wanted to go to hospital because they felt like they had a symptoms of coronavirus and they wanted to get tested, but they were not qualified to test in Daegu. So even like maybe I know like you saw like how amazing Korea is and how high tech Korea is or how advanced Korea is to have a drive through and convenient or something. Even we show that kind of thing news on the media, mainstream media. Those cities were not that many, and the people in Daegu, they couldn't get tested if they are not that cult like church member. So one man, he died from like trying to figure out how to get tested and wait at home, and like finally he got passed out, and then he was transferred to by the ambulance and he died. And then he later he got found he was, you know, coronavirus, you know, positive. And then that time was another Korean man in Daegu. He also posted a like a what do you call, petition thing on like government site, like showing the situation that also he couldn't get tested too. And then like the clinic people, they only told him to go home and self quarantine because he's not qualified to test. If he didn't go to China, or if he didn't contact with a confirmed case people, or he wasn't Shincheonji, that cult like church member, he was not, he wasn't allowed to get tested that time. So three cases, like three qualification, he was not, you know, getting to that one. So he had to express his frustration and anger and like you know, that kind of thing. So that's after he posted petition on the government site. Like many Koreans like realized, you know, what's going on in Daegu. And also he said he went to the clinic, you know, that we have a designated clinics that people could go. Like we encourage people to call this number 1339, people going to hospital to check, because they didn't want to have a possibly like a virus infected people to come into walk into the emergency room or walk into the hospital and infect, you know, the place. Then they have to shut down and they have to do quarantine, and the doctors who that contacted with this kind of people, they have to do 14 days self quarantine. Then like we cannot function well with all this situation, right? So we had this kind of system. So when I saw that kind of thing, I thought Korea is doing well and I was confident. But when I watched one YouTuber's like video that she couldn't get tested also when she came back from Chiang Mai and she had a virus infection like symptoms, and I knew about that situation. And then when I saw this petition posting from the Daegu man, I knew still that kind of thing is going on. So anyway, what I wanted to say is interesting thing was like this Daegu, like our South Korean statistics is very unusual statistics compared to other statistics from the world, because we had a kind of unnecessary, in a way, unnecessary like a massive testing. So we have a lot of regular like healthy people test results. And then I was saying, so the asymptomatic positive confirmed case people, 20 from there, from those people, like okay, this is the one. So the Shincheonji church member, because they check almost everyone, like 90% of the Shincheonji church people, and you know, they call first to ask, do you have symptoms? So there were so many people said yes, I have symptoms. So they were prioritized to get tested. And then after that, they started to test the people who didn't have any symptom. And so out of no symptom people from these cult like church members, 25% of people are tested positive. So that's interesting, right? So that means maybe that is in that special city that a lot of people are there. So it can be that special case in that certain city that so many people are positive, you know, case. But in a way, I feel in regular life in Seoul right now, although Seoul doesn't have a thousands of the like a case right now, but because we didn't have a lot of tests in Seoul yet, right? Because if you haven't been to China, or if you didn't get contacted with a confirmed case people, or if you are not church member, then you are not usually getting tested usually. So we don't know like so we might have a lot of people or not, but from the thing that I watched today, the news, the no symptom people, they had a 25% like a positive case. So that was interesting. So I know how like some people have no symptoms, so it can be, that's why we have to be really really careful. I know like maybe 80% of the young healthy people, they might just have a little bit cold symptom and just mild symptom or even no symptom, and they might be fine. But the thing that we have to be careful is not to be infected, is because I live alone. I'm single, so I'm really careful too. So the possibility that I will give my virus to someone else might be really low. And also, I'm really really careful, and I do all kinds of hygiene. The kids, I don't know, like, but I know about the kids situation in Korea. We didn't have any kids died in Korea, but like from 1 to 9 year old kind of that group, they have a really low, like somehow even if they get infected, we have a case like a few like I don't remember, like we have a kids, and only few days, like 45-day old baby got infected, but somehow they don't have that serious situation, so somehow 1 to, like, I mean zero, maybe in USA you call 0 year old, I don't know, 1 year to 9 year old case, they are somehow they don't get serious progression of the something, so they are quite safe, I think. So anyway, I heard that news from Korean news. So anyway, so that was the thing. And so yesterday, there's a one Korean YouTuber who speaks fluent Chinese. So there was a like a he's been reporting about what's going on in China, like in local, and also official CCTV and Chinese government newspaper and the TV news and everything. So I've been following this information since January 23rd and watching his video and his YouTube every day. Many several times he posts the video and share. And yesterday, last night, I stay up late and all this, and I watch observe this information as much as I can. There was a one lady from, I don't know, she didn't say she's from Daegu, but I suspect she's from Daegu because she is quite young girl, young lady. She is asymptomatic positive test result lady. So in right now the government, we made like some space that they can take the people with a light symptom to no symptom people. So she was the first one who arrived to that facility, and they had like several uh, floors, and she was staying in the first floor, right nearby the right nearby the like the step, step kind of area, and then x-ray or whatever something kind of area, so she could observe what's going on, and she took a lot of photos too to share her experience. So anyway, so I was gonna translate her that video, but somehow that video is gone, and I was shocked. I know like Korean government, they are suppressing the information, the truth and things, and they suppress many YouTubers from sharing information, and now I saw his video is gone. So I feel like I should have downloaded the video. So anyway, so it was interesting, like she was admitted to this place for 14 days, and she had no symptoms, and she didn't get any IV or any medicine or anything because she had no symptoms, and she finally got released. And yeah, that was really interesting. Yeah, so that kind of thing. And then one thing I found it interesting was from Japan. They had a like statistics came out, or they said they had a like a kind of news that the outdoor where the air is flowing freely. uh, there's only that two case that people got infected, uh, when the case that there was a more than two people gathering situation. So like mostly all the infected situation is coming from indoor and breathing the same air kind of situation. But this in Japan, they have this news that only the two cases is confirmed from the people who got infected from outdoor activity with over two people kind of thing. So that was interesting. And also another information that I found it interesting is in Japan, their domestic infected people, the 75% of people, um, they okay 75% was not infected. Like I mean like the 75% of people, they didn't infect anyone. So that means only 25% of the confirmed case, they spread out the virus to the people like around them. So that's that kind of statistics. Also about the Hong Kong case, yeah, many YouTube videos are taken down. Yeah, I was really like, I yeah, I was really scared to hear that kind of news more than the virus thing. I feel, if you trust your government, then this virus situation can be disaster, so we can cope together, right? But when the government is hiding, and the YouTube Korea or Google Korea, they are side with the China and the president of South Korea right now, and they are like suppressing all these people and deleting and all these things. I'm like shocked, and already I knew that, but like anyway. So anyway, so another news is how can I delete your comment? Mm, you could maybe you can click the three dots or something, and then there might be delete button. So anyway, um so Hong Kong. So in Hong Kong, maybe you heard about this pet situation. This lady, she had a like a Pomeranian pet, and that white Pomeranian pet, the pet got infected. The pet had a like this COVID-19 positive result. Click on your comment. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Okay, good. So Pomeranian dog, she or that dog got infected, and then the news said, but there's no proven facts if the dog can transfer the virus to other animal or the human. But there's a effect the human can transfer their virus to their pet, the dog. So that's one thing that I thought interesting to know. Okay. And then, like 3 days ago, like recently, there was the many medical staff and the hospital doctors. They had a like a brief of their up to now like results or outcome or statistics. So they shared that uh, conference for 1 hour, and they had a like a conference presentation and statistics and all this thing. So maybe I will share that information with you. I think those information was really really critical or important, I thought, for the countries who's preparing for this pandemic to come to their country. For example, USA. I think Japan and USA can be quite dangerous, I think, because in USA you only tested less than 500 cases, right? I think not cases. I heard up to recently it was only 400 something, that whole country only 400 something case they were testing, and I was watching all the local YouTubers from USA, and you in New York there's a Buffalo something place, and they already had a six Chinese university students, and they got coronavirus infected confirmed case, but those kind of information was not apply to the Johns Hopkins U.S. Statistics, and so they are suppressing those information. And I know there are so many things going on in USA already underneath, and now it's coming out, and people are starting to realize in New York and stuff, right? So like I saw the news, like Japan and USA can be very dangerous now, because Korea might look like really dangerous now with the so many confirmed whatever something, but it's because we have a lot of tests going on. That's why. But it can be even dangerous not to test and then just brewing this thing going on because it's so infectious. And when people don't have an awareness, that people will go to like gatherings and meeting and have a lunch or meals together, and then church and all this. So church and hospitals are really major place that people get infected now. So yeah, so like where so many people are gathering is really bad. And like a department store, or but we don't have like a massive department store or something. But like from the people from Wuhan, there were many Korean people who lived in uh Wuhan. They came to Korea when this outbreak happened, like very actively. So they came back to Korea and they had a quarantine for 14 days. And then there were several people who got infected from the same place. That was like fashion mall, like a mall in the building. So that kind of indoor space. And let's see. And great news, great. And then this was interesting too. Like we test with a PCR, right? And then sometimes they say this person had a like a kind of borderline weak positive results. So what is that? Is that like a positive or is that negative, right? So today I was watching news, and then it said, you know, th- I don't know what you call it. There's a virus number, like they have to multiply this little, that they take out from your nose inside or in the throat. They take out your samples and then they multiply those thing culture to see, there's like this RNA or whatever, that kind of thing coming out or not. So that's how they test. And but there's a certain number that you decide. If you have a more than this number, then it's like positive result. And if it's like less than this, then it's like a negative result. But the fact you have a, even like, let's say he said 30 is a number in Korea right now, but he said there's no standard number, internationally standard thing. So anyway, they have this number 30. But if it's 29, then you become like a negative confirmed case. But if you are like 30 or 35, then you are positive. But like the fact that you have a 29, what's that? Like that means you have the virus, right? So like people, like we had a, like one lady, she again got tested positive. And like people were wondering, is that like reinfect, we get, like people can get reinfected or not, that kind of thing, because of the mutation of the new virus strain. But there are more scientists and more people suspect it's because of the reactivation of the virus. Or maybe let's say you have herpes or simplex, that kind of thing. Or the you call like cold, like what you call sore something, like when you are weak immune system, or when you're really really tired, you have a sore thing going on, you know what I mean, the virus herpes. But when you contract the herpes, still you have that herpes in your system. But like when you are tired, when you have a really low immune system, it comes out to the your body, right? So maybe when you get infected, the virus can be, like you get better, and then you have the test, like a negative test, but still you have the virus in your body, I think. And then the woman still maybe she's older lady, so she has a maybe like a low immune system than the young people. So she had again positive result. And then in Guangzhou area, Guangdong province in China, they have a now, the people who got discharged from the hospital, 14% of people are again test positive. So, and then one man who even had a like a major mainstream media coverage of discharging from the hospital and like getting healthier and recovered kind of news, he got tested again positive and then he died. He was a young man. So that was like, oh my god, that kind of feeling, right? I know, like, if you are really confident, if you are really, really strong or healthy, I know this virus could pass, or like 30, like you could be fine, but that kind of case is possible too. And then the problem is, like, I could be, like, some young people, they might not think, okay, I'm healthy and I'm fine. But if I have the virus, if I hang around, if I go to restaurant or a cafe, and if I could give this to other people, and also maybe, if I live with a grandmother, my grandmother could get this, and then she could die from, me, right? So this lady yesterday who shared her experience from this YouTuber. Okay, I'll show you his YouTube channel. Can you see? Yeah, this is his. This is that fluent Chinese speaking YouTuber, and that video is gone now from. So anyway, the lady, she said, in Korea, like in the beginning, I don't know, I don't get the notice now anymore on my phone, but every day, until a few days ago, we were getting like the text message from the government, like this district, there's a one confirmed case, that kind of thing, and you could check. You could go to the official website and you could check where they've been to, so you can avoid, that kind of route that they went to. But now I think they stopped sharing that information anymore now. So that Daegu lady who had no symptom, but who was in the quarantine area, she said she felt like horrible whenever she sees that kind of text message, the notification, that like she felt really horrible that she could be giving, like, was keep reminding herself that luckily she didn't have anyone who got infected from her. Like her boyfriend, her boyfriend was getting tested too, but it came out negative, and her friends also and family members didn't get tested positive. So that was really lucky, right? It was great. But I think, just this is my assumption or a guess, that she's so healthy, and even though she was infected, maybe she didn't have a lot of virus maybe in her system, maybe. But there might be some people had a lot of virus, that's why they progress to the severe symptoms. But there's a people with a little virus, maybe, although she had a positive result, she maybe have, let's say, that 30, that number, maybe she's like 35, while other people are 3,000, or something. So maybe she had a like less probability to give this virus to other people, maybe, right? So anyway, but she said she was really suffering a lot emotionally and mentally, and because she was feeling so bad whenever she get the text message that she could be given those virus to other people, and then some people could die from her, that kind of thinking she had. So that was going on. But she said she was staying in the light mild symptom people's place. So she was saying her feeling was, it could, some area she went to, she walked around to check what's going on in other floor people and other people. There were people from all other little bit different city, people came to that area. So she was checking how other people were doing. So she was kind of, there's a one thing, like there was some one old ladies kind of room that they were singing and like having fun together, because they didn't have that much like serious symptoms and stuff. So they were just hanging out and they were taking it like a holiday kind of, in a way. So she kind of felt like this thing was kind of just cold, kind of thing. But they can be her observation from the mild situation, people situation. But like the other hospital, other facility with serious people, because she was not in a hospital even, right? It was like that special facility for the light symptom people, so they can be quarantined. Because if one person is infected, usually the trend is whole family members get infected because it's so easily transmittable. So to prevent that situation, they they had a, like some kind of some community kind of culture or something place, and they turn into the quarantine place for the mild symptom people or that kind of thing going on, because now the hospital is running out. Like hospital, like for the Daegu City hospital wards is not available. So now 2,000 people are waiting. So they wanted to send low to mild symptom people to that kind of lifestyle, little bit that kind of facilities. So the serious symptom people can come to the hospital so they can get the ECMO or the oxygen mask or more intense care kind of care from the hospital. So they are now like organizing how to do this, how to prioritize, how to divide, the patients with the three groups and stuff. So they didn't have that kind of like system in the beginning when the Daegu people had so many people get tested positive because of these church people like focusing testing, right? So but that kind of thing even gave that, like, in a way, that was kind of causing some like serious people to die at home and while trying to get tested, because they were using the resources to doing this to the people who were not necessarily ill that time, right? So that happened. So when I watched this conference from the hospital staff, they were kind of saying we need to focus on more treating people than the testing the thing. So I could see the trends, the people in the real hospital or the situation. They were more saying we need to focus on treating people than the testing. So too much testing with the unnecessary, not ill people, is like they like bring all these people to the hospital. So now we have so many people coming out with more serious people coming out now, then there's no place this serious condition people can go kind of situation going on. So I think, if I hope, I wanted to tell this thing to the government or the people in charge of preparing for this pandemic in your country, that like you need to maybe prepare for, like, this is so infectious, so you will have a lot of people get infected and confirmed case for sure, and then also there will be a lot of serious case people too. So it'll be wise for your medical, like the government level, the pandemic people who's preparing for this, to have the already planning, like have these three, like category of people. You have to have this kind of preparation and decide, who, where, and also prepare where the facilities too, like a hospital, and then the negative pressure special room and all these things. So it'll be wise to prepare for this categorizing and then preparing for this kind of light symptom facility. Yeah, that kind of thing. So now, even I think, even in China, in Japan, like they don't even, like they declared maybe they don't check the no symptom people, that kind of thing, because that makes sense in a way. Although in the beginning, if you are in a beginning stage, that you can try to like stop this from the beginning. If you already stop the Chinese or the flight from the severely confirmed case country, then you already have this little bit boundary and you can check, one by one, right? The tracing and all these things, it will work like that. But if you already have a spread out to the community, then like focusing on otherwise to like reduce the impact on this thing. Yeah. Anyway, tomorrow I will share this. I don't know what is more important. Like most important thing I wanted to share. This is most important thing for us. The vitamin C megadose is officially now announced by the Shanghai government as a treatment method. So I posted all this information on the science and everything on my website, happyjiang.com. I know even in Korea, in South Korea, government and the media is also seized by the government now. So they are the one who's sharing fake news, I think, even. But they are saying, that there's YouTubers who are smart and up to date, he was sharing about this news about vitamin C negative, no, vitamin C mega dose treatment, thing is officially proven, or like they were having trial, and then now it's like not, it's now like recommended and guided officially on China, like a Shanghai government now. So it's like they are the one who has the most case, and then they are the one using this, and then usually like usually the hospital what do you call, usually the mainstream hospital doctors, they don't recommend the supplement or vitamin C. They usually recommend pharmaceutical thing, right? But so not many Chinese doctors were not voicing out about the vitamin C thing, but now they know how effective it is, and then it's all proven. There are so many papers came out, like through China and all this Wuhan and all these doctors and the case study and everything, and then 33 doctors, they all had this paper now, research paper came out. So now so many people are using that now. So this is proven. So check this out. I know in USA also they are suppressing this kind of news too, and South Korea also as well. So if you want to prevent and protect yourself, and even you treat serious symptom, also they use for the serious complicated people who were there were. So yeah, I was really excited to watch this news. So let me show you. So there's this gentleman. This is doctor. Right now he's in Shanghai, and let's see if I can change. Okay, let me. Okay, so this Richard Cheng, he is doctor right now. He's now in Wuhan. I know he's now in Shanghai, and so you can see a few videos now. So he was sharing from when they were doing the third like a clinical study going on in China about the vitamin C megadose. And then he shared the story of the family. Hello, this. The daughter story, family saved from COVID-19 virus, vitamin C in Wuhan, that information. And he, like the latest video, he was sharing his own vitamin C megadose, like the numbers and method and how much he's using for himself, and also vitamin D effectiveness he's sharing. And then officially vitamin C officially included in Shanghai government guide. So anyway, so this video. Hello, this is Dr. This video was amazing because there was a one family. There was a one family in Wuhan, and they were not living all together, but they gather very open and they have a meal together kind of family, and so several family members got infected, but like the people like except one woman, maybe the mom, all other people were doing vitamin C megadose because the one member, the daughter, she knew about the vitamin C is really powerful. So she was telling all the family members to take the vitamin C megadose kind of style. So everyone else was taking like that, and everyone else got better, and then they are fine. But the mom got worse because she didn't take it serious. So she didn't take the vitamin C as a serious. So she didn't take a megadose style. So no, I is that the one? After she know about the vitamin C, she started to take it, and then other family members or something. Anyway, so, yeah, no. So she already recommended her family members, and everybody was sort of getting better and all this. The mom didn't take it seriously, so she didn't take the vitamin C megadose style, and then she was getting worse, and she went to a hospital. The first hospital was just regular one, and then she got serious, and then she went to the ICU, intensive care. So but after she knew about the clinical trial going on with the megadose, so she insisted the doctor who's taking care of her ICU, that her mom, to do the IV with the vitamin C megadose. So they started to neglectfully also. He agreed to do that, so the doctor did it, and then the mom got better and better, and now she went back to, she had a lot of precondition also. She had a lung problem, diabetes. something, usually that kind of case in Korea, everybody dies in Korea right now. The older people with all those kind of die, and not everybody, but like mostly the case who comes out as who died news, they are usually the one who had a like a who had a liver transplant before, or who had a diabetes, or that kind of situation. People like when you hear the case who died, it's usually from those kind of the cases elderly with a existing condition. So usually I would expect right now we have a maybe in Korea too, there's a like ICU care people. I kind of thought like they might, after a certain time, there might be not much hope. That was my expectation usually, because my father died from like a lung fibro, that situation. He died from there. So I went to ICU and I saw what's going on. I know like if you don't heal from yourself, there's no hope. There's only, ECMO is just the machine is doing the thing for you. So what's the point that you don't have a consciousness and just getting the ECMO thing? So there's no point only paying the bill kind of situation. So I saw that kind of situation. So when you get the serious condition, then that is the another like next step and the ECMO and all this thing, then like the end result can be just death in a way, right? Like as long as like anyway, so that was my thinking. But after watching this video, his video of the mom who went to ICU and then all the serious situation, and then vitamin C mega dose, she got recovered from that serious situation, and then she went back to the normal now, like world now. And then she's like a feeling that the mom will discharge kind of thing. So it's like, oh my god, this is like a miracle kind of feeling. But maybe this is not the miracle. This is like just science, how the body works with biochemistry and biology and all these things. So the vitamin C goes into our body, and then it makes a like a somehow that makes a chemical like a reaction, and then it produce certain thing. I don't know how to pronounce that, and then those pri, pri, that thing is killing the virus and the wounds and healing the wounds, and also vitamin C is like anti-inflammatory thing, and then all these things. So it gives a lot of oxygen and all these things reversing. So usually the damages from the organ when they have this virus is like because of inflammation, like the organs are getting damaged and all this thing, and the lung and all this, and then people die from that kind of, it goes worse and worse, and they die. But if you do the counter effect thing with the vitamin C, then like you reverse it. So I saw the hope, even like you are like that preconditioned or elderly situation, you can maybe prevent and you can even reverse kind of situation. I saw from his that kind of case. So that was amazing. So anyway, so I wanted to share this news. So you know don't just listen to the mainstream media's like programming or brainwashing news. You have to be smart and you have to be scientific. You have to protect yourself, not just listen to other like agenda people's news. Be smart and be question everything. Even my video, maybe question yourself, question and research yourself, and then check these things. Read a scientific research paper, and then listen to this doctor and all this, and do your own conclusion. Draw your own conclusion with a scientific mind, right? So anyway, so that I wanted to share. So yeah, that was like, yeah, so this lady, that was really interesting. So anyway, so today I had a little bit symptom of getting like something. Another thing, practical information. So I knew about this virus, like a vitamin C mega dose, but usually, I'm an aromatherapist and I use doTERRA products. So this is like a doTERRA's like number one product line. Their number one selling thing is this this product with the omega-3 and all that. So this is like a vitamin thing. It came from the food, and it has a vitamins and minerals in it together. But like I was trying to take as much as I can, but not as much. Like it wasn't like wasn't like megadose. I tried to get a lot of this. I tried to take, usually they recommend 2 pill after meal and 2 times a day kind of thing. So I was reading the label, and if you take that, it's only I take 2 gram of the vitamin C from this, but it has it one that pill has this capsule has another all kinds of other minerals like zinc and all this magnesium and all these things. So if I take so many of this pill, then I will get all other thing unnecessarily too. I want to do the vitamin C megadose, but it has all kinds of other things too as well. Then I feel like it's waste of the supplement, right? So I was researching about the which vitamin C is better and how can I do the mega dose, because usually when you have an internal edible vitamin C, usually the side effect is a little bit like you have a diarrhea, because our body has a certain limitation or some capacity, and also only 2000 grams like body can absorb at a time, and also those vitamins are running out after 2 hours. So even if I take all kinds of a lot of this, then it won't be absorbed into my body, and I'll have a diarrhea, and it will be only lasting for 2 hours. That is kind of waste of my supplement and money, right? So what I like, so from this Richard Cheng, he also recommend that when they had a trial in the hospital, they do the IV with a needle thing, right? The IV injection style. But us, we don't go to hospital, we don't want to do that, right? So internally, if we want to do the vitamin C megadose, then like he recommended liposome style vitamin. So I found one product, like it was coming from Netherlands products, and they coated this vitamin C around what you call lipid liposome, and then that is identical to human cells liposome or something, so they absorb really really well. So and then you don't get the diarrhea, and then they last up to 10 hours. And so the that scientifically they have all this research, scientific proof and everything. So that product I can have a like a mega dose as if I went to hospital to get the IV injection thing. So I just researched on Korean website, and then I ordered. So it said they will ship on Monday or Tuesday. So and then I also ordered vitamin D as well. So I will show you what I ordered. I have no affiliation with this thing. So this is the product that I ordered, vitamin C, and then this is vitamin D. Also, vitamin D is also very important. So this price is like 46 US dollars. It is a little bit expensive than the usual, thing. Yeah. Anyway, so I watched where is it? There's I put this Korean one. Okay. Okay, so this kind of liposomal technology and coated, and there's a like absorption something. And I was watching the pharmacy, what you call pharmacist video, and she explained it really really well with the scientific thing and all this thing. So you do your own research and you can order. So I ordered that. So the reason, like I was today, I felt like I felt sick. In Korea, like Zumba instructor, I told you Zumba instructor, through her, so many people got infected. And the thing is, I met Zumba instructor friends. After knowing about this vitamin C, before knowing about this thing a few days ago, for from January 23rd till like more than 1 month, I was very hopeless. I was really depressed because I was living in a lockdown city on my own in Korea. In the beginning, nobody thought this is serious. Even Korean government, they didn't know this is serious. So they encourage people to go out and do the, shopping and everything. But I knew this is serious because I've been watching from Wuhan situation. And so I knew about that. So that's why I was living like a isolated, like lockdown city person on my own when nobody was doing that. So I was feeling so lonely and isolated and depressed, and I didn't know, like I could see because of the science of this nature of this virus, like it's so easily transmittable because people don't have a symptoms and it has a long incubation time. Like 14 days is not enough. Incubation is like longer than that. I think 24 days and even 40 days there's a case. So like 24 days or 27 days, like it can be like that too. So I was like really hopeless and depressed, and I felt like the world will end and so many people will suffer from this, and I was feeling so bad and sad and upset and really like really low energy. and and after knowing this vitamin C thing, I had this confidence, and I thought this will do, but it wasn't enough still. So yesterday I was really tired, and today I started to have a like a, what do you call? Let's see, just a second. Um, I
Phlegm.
Okay, I started to have a phlegm today, and then I felt like chill. So I was researching what's the symptom of coronavirus thing. I know like roughly whatever this and that, but to check, So I feel like, oh my god, I might be contracted virus kind of feeling, because it can be, it's a high probability because Zumba instructors, they teach Zumba really closed studio, and people breathe really heavily. I used to run community center that people come to Zumba class, and then we had a Zumba. I love Zumba, so I know how like foggy the window can be when people dance in my studio. So I know like that was like really like for sure way people can get infected from virus. So I know, like I met these two Zumba instructors who got forced to not having work anymore because of this incident in Korea right now. And I happened to just hang out with them, and I had an idea and sharing like, let's do like live Zumba class and all that. And then I never met anyone. I never had a meal after. I felt like this is not safe. But after knowing the like a vitamin C megadose thing, I got confident, and then I hang out with them, and then I had a meal with them. And then even yesterday we went to park, and then we went to cafe and we talk, and then even like I got the spit, like like the droplet on my lips too. So but I thought I might be okay because I can take this. And then today I had a like this
Spade.
no, not spade,
Phlegm.
thing going on and chill feeling going on. And I felt like I met them and I had the meal a few days ago. And then the incubation time, usually 1 to 6.4 day is the incubation time. So I feel like, oh my god, I might get the coronavirus kind of feeling. So tomorrow I have a class, but I told them I'm not going, just in case I might be have a coronavirus kind of feeling. Who knows, right? Because there are many people who doesn't have a symptom and they are healthy. So they and then the thing was, one of the Zumba instructor lady, yesterday when we were hanging out, I found out that she was having cold symptoms and she was feeling really ill, and she took the cold medicine before she came to have a lunch with us. So I feel like my heart was a little bit sinking after hearing that, because they don't know how serious this can be as much as I know I feel. So I didn't tell them, I think you might have a coronavirus or something, but I have a feeling it could be. There's a high chance, I feel, in a way, because it's all over in Korea now, and they have a lot of class people, and they do that. So I feel like, oh my god, it could be maybe I could have a virus kind of feeling. So I feel like I was too overconfident. And then like today I went out to the pharmacy. Yeah, I know it's scary, right? But since thankfully I'm living alone, so I will like be more strict of myself now. 14 days I will be alone kind of feeling. So I went to the pharmacy today with a mask on, and but the all the I live in a like a big major hospital called Suncheon Hospital. I live in this area, so I have so many like I have so many pharmacies in this area. So I went to like several pharmacies, and I asked them if they have if they carry this special formularized that liposol vitamin C, and they didn't have it. So I come back home, and then I wanted to eat also at a restaurant, but before I was a little bit confident, so whenever I go to a little restaurant, there's nobody there, or I don't talk, or like it was a little bit low chance kind of feeling. So I was a little bit feeling a little bit safe feeling. So I went, but since I feel like I might have a virus now kind of feeling, so I decided to not to go to restaurant. So I don't go to. So anyway, so I researched online, and then I order, and then I guess they are also many people order from them. I think usually in Korea when we order, usually it's same day delivery system. Huh. Okay. But yeah. Anyway, I feel like I'm like already it's 1 p.m. almost 1 a.m. now, so I wanna before I stop, I will say Korean. But anyway, so I order, and then it will arrive in my home maybe like Tuesday or Wednesday. Then I'll start to take that the megadose style. Then I will be more confident about this getting rid of virus in case I have it. So, but anyway, I had a I took more. I I know I have a essential oil pill called the On Guard. I took it, and I have like curcumin thing. It's called Deep Blue Active from doTERRA. You can see, maybe many Indians don't get the virus too because they eat a lot of curry. They have a curcumin is also strong antioxidant, and polyphenol and all this. It has a polyphenol and curcumin thing here, concentrated thing. So I take this too. So usually I take all these vitamins and CoQ10s and this thing and MSM and vitamin C and like minerals. And I was thinking I was strong, but today I had this thing going on with a chill feeling and tired and all this, and I was like I had an even nightmare today that I was in my dream. I was living in a like a virus outbreak kind of something situation, and driving something, and hiding or living in some room that nobody like abandoned room or something. And but anyway, I had that kind of dream today. So like I was like my heart was beating fast from a little bit fear, like, and then I felt like tight chest feeling a little bit. So I felt like really scared today. Yeah, anyway, but after, so I was really scared. But watching the Richard Chang's video of even reverse from the really bad case, I I know I'll be fine. But before watching that video, when I realized maybe I think I might have a virus, like a coronavirus kind of feeling, I was feeling really scared. But anyway, so that's the situation. So anyway, I want to share like some information with you, so you are prepared, and you research, and you stay safe, and like you don't get infected, or even if you are strong. Another thing I want to say, the lady who shared her experience yesterday, like she said she was working out at a gym 3 times a day. No, not 3 times a week, and she was making smoothie every day with grapefruit or this and that, and all kinds of fruits. So I think because she was taking vitamin C a lot with that smoothie, with her healthy lifestyle, she was not seriously like having this virus situation, I think, even if she was tested positive. So I wanted to share that. So anyway, that's the thing. Okay, that's it. Now I'm hungry and I'm gonna go to bed. Okay, so yeah, I couldn't see everything, all your comments. Let me, I don't know if I can see, how can I see the comment? Let me check. Okay, let me check. Met some Korean visitors in Tibet and they said Tibetan language is very expensive. Okay, my direct boss is having a dinner party at a restaurant for employees and he's making a 10 which is making me worry. Yeah, another thing, that like maybe if you are not living in a really concentrated city like Seoul and Korea, or New York City or San Francisco or LA, like if you're living in a maybe more spacious places, maybe if you don't have a lot of Chinese, people coming every day, or all this thing and all these people, and like not crazy dense populated place, then maybe it might be slow that you have that epidemic or outbreak going on. But I think for the safety precaution, like it might not be good to gather and have a meal, because when you talk, like the saliva is spreading out, and this is really serious. This is really like this is really bioengineered, and it has a 1000 times strong, like attaching to the body cell. So even little chance, I think the people who are not like taking vitamin C or healthy or something, usually people get infected really easily. So anyway, it will be good to be careful. When I declined having dinner with all these my YouTube certificate training course people, I made myself isolated, and I felt like people see me a little bit like someone who's not friendly and social person something, and I felt a little bit bullied in a way, feeling in a way. But life is important, right? And I don't want to get infected, and I don't want to give to the other people. I know I'll be fine with this megadose thing, I think. But if I wasn't sure, then I don't want to impact other people's lives. I don't want to, that kind of feeling. I want to be responsible. So anyway, so that's thing. Let me check. Yeah, you're welcome. Um, ah, the English, from my high, like a middle school, we study English. Now, many Koreans are studying from kindergarten time, or even like babies, or like the moms are like 2 3 year old. Maybe the parents will try to teach them English, I think. Yeah, mental health and emotional things important. That's why I was living like a lockdown city people kind of life. I was not in Wuhan or something, but I was kind of living like a Wuhan life in a way on my own. But I was going crazy. I feel I was going so lonely and so sad, and because all I was watching and things were all about this virus situation, and the people who are like, like really horrible videos from China, and the Chinese government, and they are like even putting not dead people into the body bag, and they cremate, and all this kind of video leaked out, the truth and video. And sometimes I see like some people like suicide and try to avoid to be captured by the police, and in the apartment, and she fell down and she died, and that kind of things. And nowadays I don't want to watch that kind of video, but like that kind of thing, I was watching a lot of that kind of stuff. So I was so low, and my immune system was going down. Even if I take all kinds of this thing, I could feel my body was like, my thyroid was getting swollen, and I was feeling shaky from watching how government is doing, and even my own South Korean government and the president, and he got elected illegally with the power and money of the CCP, so I was feeling so shocked and like scared and fearful, and so my immune system was going down. I could feel. So after knowing the vitamin C hope, I wanted to, like, I didn't ask him that I would join, but he just happened to message me, one of my American friend who came back to Korea from US. So he asked me if I wanna join the small lunch gathering with just few friends. So it was only him and his partner and this female Zumba instructor lady, Korean, and me, four of us. I was kind of I was kind of thinking, should I go or not? Kind of feeling that time, right even before going out, because I was feeling so low and my thyroid was getting swollen and I didn't feel good. But I thought maybe I should force myself to go out to get some sunlight. Sunlight is important, right, with the vitamin D for immune system, right? So I decided to go out. So I went, and then we shared how we were feeling so locked out and depressed and like isolated. Everybody was feeling that way, but we met, four of us met and shared how we felt and feelings and this and that, and we smiled a lot and we laughed a lot, and it was amazing. And the friend, he wasn't thinking about having like a separate bowl. So I told him I want to have my own bowl and my own thing, so I can take it out from that thing. He didn't have that awareness, that sharing the meal with the same chopstick with our saliva. He was really crazy about hand sanitizer and everything, alcohol and everything, but he wasn't aware of the fact the saliva thing will be already spread out the virus with us, kind of thing. So anyway, he didn't know that until I pointed out. So anyway, so that happened. So the emotional, like the human connection is so important in this kind of time. So so what's how can I live, like, to be safe with the virus, just living on my own in my own room and not going out and not doing anything, kind of life, or having little taking little risk. But I thought I can take enough vitamin with this, but it wasn't enough with this style of pill. So so anyway, so like this emotional wellness and the connection, human connection, is really important, I feel. So yeah, that's why I feel like watching this that Korean YouTubers video, somehow a little bit, that's little community in a way, right? Was very good, but still we need a real human connection, I think, and also sunlight too. So going out to the nature and park, it has a low chance of getting infected. So I encourage you to go to get the sunlight and to go to park, and not the crowded one, but like a spacious, places. So I recommend doing that. So yeah, what else? Let me check. Yeah, yeah, in the beginning, maybe 3 weeks ago, I told you I take a YouTube teacher training course, and the first week, the first class, after the class, we went together to have a dinner together, and I could see how dangerous it is to have a meal together, because everything, all saliva will be mixed up, kind of feeling, with the Korean style meal style. I recorded a video, so I'll upload on my YouTube channel soon. And also people talk and the saliva is spreading out while we are talking, for sure. So so I joined, and then I thought, oh my god, that's so dangerous. And then after the meal, they had a celebrating kind of incident. So they wanted to go to singing room, but I felt like I have to share this kind of feeling. I feel like so responsible kind of feeling, because I know so much information that many people don't know, that Korean people don't know. So I feel like, oh my god, they are doing so many dangerous stuff. So I wanted to go home, and I told them I'll go home. But also I wanted to join them, because that I wanted to be with them. I wanted to be part of them. I wanted to be friendly with them. So I thought, okay, maybe I will see how they are singing just a little bit, and then I will leave, kind of thinking. So I joined. I went, and then first person, like my teacher, the YouTube class teacher, he started to sing. He loved singing. So he was singing, and everybody was really happy. When I was sitting and I was observing them, and I burst into tears. I was crying because I could see like a human. human beings love to connect. They want to be together. So I could see that, and I could see there's no way this virus can be contained because people want to have a meal together. They want to have time together. They want to have this human connection. And when I see this situation, I felt so sad and I felt so hopeless kind of feeling that time. That time nobody knew. That time nobody thought this was serious. So when I was crying, people those that they were shocked to see and they were feeling something, and I told them I'm so sorry. I will leave. I'm gonna leave and have a great time. And I told them I feel I cannot enjoy. I felt like I have to share some video. I have to make a video to share. So I made an excuse and I left. I was feeling so sad, but after that, like we have a little like chat group thing. When I posted something, nobody responded to my message, and I felt like I became the bully person from those people. I thought they felt I gave them kind of terror feeling, or I was a fear mongering reaction person, and um made that in like their mood like a cold or something kind of feeling. So I felt that feeling from them, and they didn't know. And finally, like South Korean government, like we had a lot of that church that situation going on, like a crazy like outbreak start to happen. And that was the moment like a South Korean president started to tell people stop, doing those social thing and gathering and all this. It was very late. I saw the news from Italy when they had a like 14 people confirmed case or 17. They banned any gathering or those church like meeting or something. But like South Korean president, he encouraged people to have a gathering because like some people who were cautious, they didn't go to restaurant and this, and so economy was going down because like nobody was spending money or time or going out. Not many people do, because still there were many people still doing that, but still some people didn't do it. So it was starting to a little bit impacting some people business. So like our president like encouraged people doing that. But like after they saw so many, and then they even announced it will be done, and they were very celebrative mode. And like Korea, like Bong Joon-ho director, he got the four major prize from the Oscar awards, right, Academy Award. And I was really happy for him. But when we had like a many like case came out and many death came out, they had a party at the Blue House. They were laughing and all this, and those photos came out, and many people were so many Korean people were so feeling shocked that president was doing that kind of thing when this thing happened in the morning, and people died. Came that old man died from waiting at home kind of thing. That situation happened. So anyway, so after the thing became obvious in Korean society, they knew they now they know, and we didn't have a class anymore. But tomorrow they have a class again at different place. But I told them that I'm not joining. Mainly I feel like I might have a coronavirus now. I could be, I think. But just in case, I have a little symptom and a little bit something, so it'll be safe for them that I don't go there. So now we didn't have a class for 1 or 2 weeks or something. Now they are having class tomorrow. But I saw some academy, like some academy, they have a now also small cluster of community infection also came out too. Like the English like a class, or that those kind of like middle school students or high school students after school they go to this kind of academy to study more after school thing. So now they are having now the cases coming out nowadays. So they are doing that now again at a different place. I feel it's kind of dangerous. But anyway, so that was some of the thing. So anyway, okay, I'm hungry now. So I'm gonna go to bed. So yeah, I don't know. I cannot see all this. I feel okay. Let me check. Yeah, there are so many. Thank you so much for your comment. I cannot check everything I feel. Hi, hi from Argentina. Hi. Netherlands. Hi. Wow. Wow, Tibet. Oh my God. You're from Tibet? Oh my God. So many people. Yeah, oh my God. This is amazing to connect with you and share a little bit information so you can be more careful and stuff. Okay. Thank you so much for watching my video. And please like and share and subscribe and comment. And also if you if you have a financially little bit space or something, I highly appreciate your donation or something on my PayPal too, because I don't work nowadays and I don't have money, so I borrow money from friends nowadays to eat. The one of the reason I was fearful was when I was watching other US Americans YouTube video, they encourage people to prepare for food for at least 2 week lockdown situation or a few months or something. Even though I know all this information and I could prepare well, but because I didn't have money, so I cannot buy food and I was feeling so fearful in case we have a lockdown in Korea. But like they announced, that they say they won't do the lockdown like Wuhan city in China. So I hope that is true and they won't lock down. And in Korea, we don't have a crazy, frenzy, panic shopping or something. Only in the beginning in Daegu, I saw some little bit empty shell of the shopping grocery store, but that was only that time. But now everything's okay, everything's fine. And in Seoul, there's no like a crazy panic shopping or something, so nothing is there or that kind of thing. That's not like that in Korea. So I'm safe, I feel, in that case. As long as I have a little money, I can keep going to the place and buy some food and eat, every day a little bit, that kind of way. So anyway, I appreciate if you appreciate my video and information. Like, yeah, I yeah, there's a like a membership something button. I don't know how it goes, how it works, but like another thing that you can help me is if you sign up as a YouTube Premium member. YouTube is sharing little like something like their profit of the YouTube Premier memberships. So if you sign up as a Premier member, that is helpful for me. And also like membership on my YouTube channel. I don't know exactly how that works, but somehow that. And then I have a PayPal email account. So if you like to help me, let me know. I will share. It's like, anyway, thank you so much. And I hope all the best for you. And I'll keep having this kind of live stream video every day. Like I got benefit from these Korean YouTubers sharing information. I was very careful, so I wasn't getting infected. I hope until a few days ago, maybe. I hope not, but anyway, so I will do my best to share information as much as I can. Sharing information from Korea because I watch everything like USA, Italy, and China, and Japan, and Korea, and everything, and I'll share as much as I can. Thank you. Good night, and I'll share a little bit Korean words. 안녕히 주무세요. 안녕히 주무세요 means good night, have a good sleep. That's that kind of meaning. So yeah, okay. Thank you. 감사합니다. Bye.